All right. Actually, I need to go to this scene. All right. What up, everybody? It's your boy Clown back again with the Pause My Game podcast, the only podcast where we pause our game to come here and chat with you guys. Today, it's just going to be me and Hammer. It's just the two of us. Hammer, say hi. What was that?
What's up?
Say it again.
It's just the two of us.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. You and I.
I can't go that high.
I can't anymore either since my voice box got damaged from working at Arconic, which sucks, but it is what it be. Not much more we can do. So I think today we're just gonna fucking kind of wing it. I didn't have like a super lot of notes, but we'll just lead into it. We'll do like the typical stuff. So actually I'm gonna pull that up. Hang on one second. Yeah, so we are content creators. We'll be working on getting Hammer stuff set up here shortly, so that way he has his channel and stuff as well too, so we can start figuring out content for him as well. I am a content creator. Catch me on Twitch, YouTube, subscribe. I have to rework out my schedule. Me and my wife were actually talking about that earlier, so we gotta plan that out. I don't know if I might be going back to the morning shift again. Like I said, we're working that out. So Hammer, how are you doing today, sir?
Doing pretty well.
Did you survive any near-death experiences this past week?
I went to work out today for the first time in a long time, and it took on my last set of incline bench. It was a little embarrassing, but it took a little long for me to get that off my chest there. So that was a little scary.
Dude, actually, I have a song that I'm gonna send to you for the next time you go to work out. It's great. Do you know who King ISO is?
Sounds familiar.
I may have sent you some of his music before. But this song is just like super good. But he literally all he talks about is like lifting weights in the song. It's so good. But he's on Tech Nine's label. Psychopathic, or not psychopathic. Sorry, Strange Music. I apologize. That's my bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not him.
But you like Tech Nine, right?
Oh yeah, I love Tech Nine.
Yeah. See that's the thing is like you always like I don't really like ICP, but you like Tech Nine and he is Juggalo too. So like you like some of the music.
He sounds good.
No, he does sound good, and like for me, like ICP, like I like very specific songs, unique ones and whatnot, and like Great Malenko's still my favorite album. I always gravitated more towards Twisted though. I like their sound better and resonated a little bit more with them, but Tech Nine obviously is still a staple for me and just like a household. Both me and my wife love Tech Nine. King ISO has a lot of good records and whatnot.
Yeah. Well, the opposite of you is if we're getting a car, put tunes on, I can see you choosing that kind of music, where I'm going to be choosing like Slipknot and Rammstein and Mushroomhead and that kind of music. That's more my vibe than most rap.
Well, I like for me, dude. You could put on Korn, you could put on Slipknot, you could put on Red Hot Chili Peppers, you could put on Offspring. I'm gonna be okay. I know we're aging ourselves, but I'll be okay with all of that music. Like my mom's favorite band is Red Hot Chili Peppers. You put on Red Hot Chili Peppers, I'm not complaining at all in any way, shape, or form. I love Red Hot Chili Peppers. So
yeah, no, I get it. No, I listen to everything too, but yeah, I'm just saying like if you gave me a choice of what genre of music I'm listening to metal way before I ever pick up rap.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I like all forms of music for like different reasons, and it just kind of depends on the mood I'm in.
Yeah.
Oh, like Linkin Park, Linkin Park is so good. I still wanted to see them in concert, and I remember
you could probably walk into a concert right now. No one is buying those tickets.
Well, yeah, because Chester Bennington's no longer around.
I know, that's what I'm saying though. Like they used to be good, and that's the thing. Like,
well, no. So they were gonna come to Tahoe, and I always told my mom, I was like, if there's one band that I need to see in concert, especially if they come to Tahoe, was Linkin Park. And my mom gave me the news. She's like, dude, Linkin Park's coming to Tahoe. And I was like, Mom, you have to get me in. She's like, I got you. No problem. You're getting in. I'm like, okay, sweet. Because my mom, she does the payroll for the Harvey's Outdoor Amphitheater. And like I've worked some of the concerts there too, setting up stages for like Toby Keith and like a bunch of other like country artists and stuff like that. So like um so I was like, yeah, Linkin Park for sure. And I remember the day that everybody found out, I woke up and my ex, she's like, dude, Chester Bennington's dead. And I was like, what? She's like, the lead singer of Linkin Park. You're bullshitting. I don't believe you. No, like I flat out told her, I was like, I do not believe you whatsoever. And I stopped what I was doing and I called my mom. I was like, Mom, I just heard the craziest shit ever and I don't believe it. Tell me I'm still going to the Linkin Park concert. She's like, the concert's been canceled as of now. And I was like, no, dude. And I was just heartbroken.
When I heard that Chester Bennington passed, I was like, oh no, the good part of Linkin Park's dead.
Well, I mean, Mike Shinoda's good, dude. Him and Chester together was just a great combination. Like,
yeah, but for me, I think Chester is a way more talented person. I like his voice. I'm pretty sure he wrote most of those lyrics, if not all of them.
They worked together heavily on all of it, and like it was the combination of stuff that like I grew up with blending together, because you have that rock metal mix, but also like spitting bars with the raps from Mike Shinoda, and it just sounded so good together. Like you can't tell me that like anything off of Hybrid Theory and Meteora isn't fucking peak. Meteor is like one of their biggest albums, and like
I'm not debating that. I'm just saying that Chester Bennington is the whole reason why Linkin Park was Linkin Park. Like he's the heart and soul.
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue that either. I'm like, I absolutely agree with you.
Think of Linkin Park right now. Whose voice do you think of first?
Crawling in my skin.
Yes,
exactly. Yes, exactly. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all.
But yeah, I think it's funny for me. We're speaking about famous people because I finally got to see Slipknot a few years back, which is my favorite band. But if I ran into insert whatever famous person, okay, cool, nice to meet you, whatever. If I met Corey Taylor, I would be just bumbling over words and look like a fucking fangirl.
Oh yeah,
that is my like idol. Like if I wish I started a band, I want to be a singer just because of him, but I don't have the confidence for that.
Well, yeah. Well, so if you love Corey Taylor, then you love Stone Sour.
Oh well, yes.
Yeah, dude. He now that's a talented artist, and the fact and the fact that Tech N9ne got to do, because like then this is why I appreciate Tech N9ne as well, is because one thing. I'm here kind of sorry. Hey, no worries, Dash, dude. I completely understand. Shadow's not making it here today either, so it's no big worries.
Hey, boys.
Bitch, man. Yeah, Hammer's gonna talk your shit, dude. It's okay. Fucking, I'll roll into that in a second. But Tech N9ne got to do a song with Corey Taylor. You know that, right?
Oh yeah, I was about to send you and be like, "Is this what you're talking about?"
Yeah.
Speaking of which, because you brought some, that reminds me of a story. One of my coworkers, he's like 53, 54-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Just found out Friday that Dave Grohl is the drummer for Nirvana and the lead singer of Foo Fighters. He thought they were two different people.
No, it shows you how small the world actually is, like comparatively speaking, especially like when you look at the music industry, how interconnected everybody is. Like it's crazy to think about it. Like, yeah. like even think about like Tupac. Okay, do you remember like the first time Tupac got shot?
Sir, what year was that?
Probably before you were born.
Yeah, I was gonna say
it was like 90s. But anyways, so the story of like this is what fueled the East Coast West Coast beef, was because Tupac was in Biggie's, he was in New York going to go see Biggie, and he was on the way up to go up the elevator to see them. As he was about to get into the elevator, he got robbed. Not only did he get robbed, but he was shot 6 times. Yeah, and a lot of people don't know this either. When he got shot, he actually got shot in the head and lived.
Yeah.
He also
3 months old, by the way. I was 3 months old when that happened.
Oh, you just looked it up right now? Yeah, it's a while ago. Tupac is definitely up there, one of my top favorite artists, just because
P. Diddy killed Biggie. I don't care what anyone says.
he killed both. He got both Pac and Biggie killed, but that's a whole nother debate for another time, because I'm not doing the Diddy thing. Nope, that's done.
I'm just saying he's a piece of shit of a human being.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely,
Him and Suge Knight, pieces of shit.
Oh yeah. But but the dude who set up Tupac to get robbed was Jimmy Henchman. Jimmy Henchman was used to be eventually became the manager for the Game, and kind of fueled the beef between the Game and 50 Cent. And then that's part of the reason why, like, Tony Yayo went to prison is because they saw Jimmy Henchman's son, and then one of the guys slapped Jimmy Henchman's son, and that dude died. It's just like, it shows how small the world actually is.
Yeah. Also, 50 Cent got shot quite a bit too. He's a tough motherfucker.
He got shot 9 times. That dude.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care who you are. Like, if I got to meet 50 Cent, I'd shake his hand and just be like, dude, you're fucking awesome, bro. You're fucking you're a monster.
Yeah, I like to point out, by the way, when I say rap isn't my favorite, ironically enough, the last 4 years, NF has been my most played artist on Spotify. Now I'm in like the 0.5%. Like, I play his shit on repeat. Those are the messages I'm looking for.
I don't blame you on that. NF is a monster. Now, so I can't remember what song was it. It was off of, I want to say it's off of Eminem's new album, The Death of Slim Shady. One of the songs he did, I want him to remix it, and I want him to feature Tom MacDonald and NF, because I think it would be crazy. I think it would be fucking bonkers. Tom MacDonald, and NF. Tell me that wouldn't be crazy. What song was it? Hang on.
It'd be pretty dope. So dope.
Hang on. Let me check the album.
Was it called Shadows of Bitch Made Boy? Can't Be Here?
No.
Yeah, what are you guys talking about?
Eminem.
Right now we're talking about music, actually. Surprisingly crazy.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about that new Diablo update.
No.
No.
Nope.
We don't. That's no longer allowed here, sir. This is music time. Last time I checked, Diablo sucks balls. Anyways, huge balls. I'm gonna tear that game out of existence. If you guys want to talk about Diablo, you're gonna have to pay me $50. Tariff each.
I don't know. I'll have to look it up, but I can't remember which one it was. But it was one of his songs, and I was like, dude, it'd just be sick for him to remix it. Oh no, that's what I just remembered. It is off the album. I would like to see Eminem remix Toby with NF and Tom MacDonald. You can't tell me what.
Well, NF doing a song with him.
No, they will not do a song together, because they've taken a bunch of stabs at each other, and M doesn't really like NF, which unfortunately for me is like sad to see, because NF's style is all Eminem. You could tell it's completely influenced by it. So I would like the collaboration between them would be just insane, because even though his
too much alike.
Well, yeah, dude. Like, you got to remember, they're both from Detroit.
Yeah, we're both shitty moms.
Yep. So, like, I feel like if anybody could bring them together, and like I said, that's why it would be a great outlier to have Tom MacDonald on there. It would be just really crazy, because Tom MacDonald can spaz out too, and he does some crazy stuff.
I love Tom MacDonald. I haven't listened to any of his music for like any of his new stuff in a long time, but I should pick it up.
Did you ever hear? So actually, here's an interesting fact. A lot of people didn't catch this. In the song "Evil" off The Death of Slim Shady, he actually gives props to Tom MacDonald for the song that Tom MacDonald did for him, while dissing his mom at the same time.
That's dope. I stopped listening to Eminem once he came up like, if you're a Trump supporter, don't listen to my music. I kind of was like, all right, that's fine. And
No.
also, when I heard the jabs towards NF, I was like, if I had to choose whose music I'm going to listen to the rest of my life, like right now, gun to my head, I'm choosing NF. NF's message and how he feels, I relate way more than what Eminem does.
No,
I think NF sounds good.
No, I get that. I absolutely get that. I still bang some Eminem just because like that's what I grew up on, and like he's been a very influential part of my life and been there. His music's been there for me in dark times as well too. So like, absolutely respect
Okay,
it.
I'm not saying anyone can, like, I'm not going to bump some old Eminem every once in a while, but it's just far less likely for me to go and play because I'm listening to more like NF, Dax, and Tom before as the three that I usually rotate through.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, and Hobson.
Oh yeah, Hobson's good too. I wish Hobson would do some more stuff. He needs to fucking pick it up, dude. Because Hobson was doing some really good stuff there for a while. It sucks what happened with the whole funk volume thing. So Dash, since you joined, how are you doing today, buddy?
I took a nap and didn't wake up till just like a few minutes ago.
Nice.
We had a long day and it was a long weekend.
Okay, no worries. So, so that's what I forgot. Okay, so I remember now. So Ghost came by and came over and kicked it for a little bit, and oh my god, my wife fucking cooked him, dude. It was hilarious. Wait, Dash, since you're here, do you want me to do the? Do you want me to set you up so you can be seen on the stream?
If you want to.
Yeah. Let's do it. Well, let's make it happen. Yeah, dude, he came over and like, first thing I said, I was like, oh my god, dude, your pants are so fucking tight, bro. They were so fucking tight. And the wife just did not let up on him. And I died laughing the entire fucking time. It was hilarious. Halfway through getting cooked, he's like, this was like the wrong choice of pants. I was like, yeah, don't do it again.
Oh, he came by your place?
Yeah, he came over because he lives not too far. Dude, it was fucking so good, dude. It was so good. Fucking cooked him.
Yeah, you guys cooked him so hard he couldn't be here because he's a little bitch. Why is he not here anyways?
Why is who not here? Ghost?
Yeah.
He's out at a barbecue. I was actually going to try and have him be a part of the podcast and just have him sitting behind me and be a part of it as well too, and then have him like swap places with me a couple times. But he had prior arrangements to do a barbecue with his brother, so new Biggie there. All right, I'm copying. Okay, copied the link. I'm sending this to Dash right now. Boom. There's the link, Dash. But yeah, no, I still Tobey Maguire with M, NF, and Tom McDonald would be fucking crazy. I think that would just be fucking insane. Dude, Dash, I have that same fucking shirt, bro. Yeah, the wife got it for me. That's a good shirt. I'm wearing my Deadpool shirt today. Merc with a mouth.
Nice.
Yeah, we didn't have too much to like talk about, so we were just kind of winging it. We rolled into music. Radical Red, I need to get the episodes done. I'm sorry, I've been lacking, just taking care of stuff around the house and whatnot. I'll probably get those done this week and get those up. I might just do both episodes and upload them Friday, so the series is done, and we can move on to bigger and better projects and work on setting up for like the next series that we want to try and do whatnot. Hammer wanted to talk about Pandemic, the game studio.
I was just talk about studios in general that were you sit there and wonder why aren't they making games anymore? And Pandemic was like the first one that comes to mind for me because Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2 originally, like
I still play the new Battlefront 2. It's actually really good. Like they still do their events like on Wednesdays and Sundays, their XP events.
Yeah. But I was just oops, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. Go.
Oh no, I was sitting there, I was listening to thinking, what are good topics that we talk about, and just game developers or companies or whatever that made great games, but for some reason they're just no longer around, and it just puzzles me. Like THQ, they've had some bangers. They've made a lot of good wrestling games, Pandemic. Who's is BioWare still a thing at this point?
Yeah. No, BioWare's still doing their thing. What games? I forget what games BioWare did.
So this
Knights
is
of the Old
from.
Republic is the first thing that comes to mind.
I'm showing my screen. This is from Game Rant. 12 best video game studios that don't exist anymore. The first one shocked me.
Okay, hang on. I'm pulling it up. All right, perfect. Okay, go.
Okay, it's muted. Okay, that's muted. I was all looking up stuff too while you guys were talking.
Nice.
Neversoft Entertainment.
They did the original Tony Hawk's?
Yeah, Tony Hawk Underground and Tony Hawk Project 8.
Dude, Tony Hawk's Underground, the first one, dude, that's like a staple game, dude. That was the first game I ever played on the PlayStation 2, and my mom had rented it for me, so because she bought me wait, is this a shiny Halucha?
Oh.
Hang on, I gotta catch that.
So yeah, it was founded in July 1992, defunct in July 10th, 2014. And they made really good games. Guitar Hero sequels, Spider-Man game on the PS1, and the open world Western Gun. I remember that game.
Who made Black? Do you remember Black?
Oh, that's a good. I never played it, but I heard it was a good game.
That one was pretty good.
It's fun. Yeah. Citerion.
Or Criterion, since it's an R there.
Criterion, yeah. Are they still even published by Electronic Arts? Is Criterion still doing things? I don't think I've seen them like forever either. Dude, Black was just like a good, just like all around first person shooter.
That was the first video game that came out with destructible environments.
Mm-hmm. That one was super good. That game was pretty. And then like they had like their version of gold weapons, but they were all silver. Like you had to like level up the weapons, and you could get them to a silver state. That was pretty good too. That was awesome.
Interview co-creator designer. But we're scrapped due to differences in Electronic Arts. I don't know if
look at Criterion Games. Click Criterion. Oh, it's sold to Electronic. They got merged.
Yeah. Well, that same thing happened with
Neversoft.
Neversoft became one of the companies absorbed by Blizzard, Activision Blizzard.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then Black Isle Studios, they're the ones that did the Fallout, the first Fallout with Bethesda.
Okay. So I caught the Halucha. Sweet.
Congrats.
It had stars on it, so I'm wondering if it was shiny. I'm gonna check that real quick. I think that's a shiny Halucha.
Yeah, that studio defunct in 2003, but I don't get this. Dark Alliance 2. Wait. Okay. Oh, this one kind of hurts. This one kind of hurts. Core Design.
Core Design.
They were the ones that did the original Tomb Raider.
Oh, damn. It doesn't look
wow. Shiny. And Bizarre Creations. They did a lot of like Project Gotham. I remember that. Formula One.
Oh, is that Command and Conquer? I see.
Yes.
Hey, yeah, I do that. I love Command and Conquer.
So Westwood Studios, 1985 to 2003, they did Command and Conquer series. Hence why they beloved strategy game series is rarely seen outside re-releases and remasters. and they did it along with Blizzard and other developer. You see, a lot of these small companies that made really good games got absorbed by like bigger monstrosities. This reminds me of the old cell phone days of like before AT&T. There was a really good baby. What was the name of that one cell phone company that you like? Singular. Do you guys remember Singular cell phone?
Yeah. I remember the merger with AT&T, Singular Mobile.
Singular was the best. They had the rollover minutes. I remember after like 6 months, I had, because I did mainly free texting. So I had so many minutes that I could literally talk for like months. Yeah, and then after a while, they got rid of that cap. They capped it like, okay, you only have so many rollover minutes.
And then they started expiring. Yeah, my mom used to have that especially when they did the merger. Because my mom had Singular AT&T.
Here it is. This is what Hammer right here was talking about. Pandemic Studios.
Yeah. Okay, they're on the list.
Yeah, they're on the list. It's number 7. Formed by industry vets who were responsible for games like Battle Zones and Dark Reign. Pandemic Studios spent a couple of years working on sequels to existing franchises before releasing Full Spectrum Warrior, its first original IP. I don't even remember that game. Soon after, the studio shook off its RTS roots by venturing into open world action with the Destroy All Humans franchise, which, yes, it is. Destroy All Humans, that thing is still popular.
I've actually never played that game. I've been wanting to.
There's a trailer where they did a remastered, and the trailer, they play a Rammstein song on there, and it's him singing the Rammstein song, the little alien.
Dude, now see right here. So this is a game that I would like to see come back because the storyline of it was just so freaking good. Let me see if I can. Let me move the YouTube chat real quick over. I'll move it down here, and then I'll just put this up here. Perfect. And then I will click this, share screen. Share that screen. Perfect. And then where'd the YouTube chat go? This game, Drakengard. Did any of you guys play this game?
No.
Never heard of it. Never heard of her.
So the story is really, really good. So Drakengard takes place in a medieval dark fantasy world called Midgard. The world is protected from falling into chaos by seals, objects magically linked to a woman chosen as the goddess of the seal. Seals and the goddess were destroyed. Malevolent beings known as Watchers would enter the world to destroy humanity. Key element of the world is the ability for a human and a beast to form a pact, a ritual that ties their souls together and grants great power. The lives become bound by the pact, and the human pays a price for it in the form of some attribute, their voice, their eyesight, or their ability to age. During the events of Drakengard, the Union, which protects the seal, is in the midst of a religious war with the Empire, a power led by a cult who believe that destroying the seals will bring them good fortune. It's so good. So the main character you play, he makes a pact with the dragon, and he loses his voice, so he can't talk. But it's so good. So like, and what's interesting is that like when you're doing a lot of the fights, you could be sitting here fighting, but you could click a button and your dragon will come in and either attack them, or you could mount your dragon and start attacking the enemies. It was just like something that was just like so. It was just groundbreaking. The storyline was good. The combat was great. I had a lot of time playing that.
Is it I'm going to take guesses by judging by what I'm hearing. It's either a Capcom game or Square Enix.
You are correct. It is a Square Enix game.
It was screaming Square Enix all the way.
Yeah. No. It's a Square Enix game through and through. It was just so good. I enjoyed that one like so much.
I'm back to watching Dash's stream here.
So Assemble Studios, they were the ones that did the Halo Wars and spin-off Halo Wars, Age of Empires series.
Halo Wars was the Halo Wars were okay. I'm just not a big RTS guy. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah.
I like RTS, but I'd rather play on a PC than on a console.
Origin Systems. Oh,
What'd they do?
they contributed to titles like Doom, Deus Ex, and World of Warcraft. The studio was primarily known for its significant work on the Ultima franchise, which included the groundbreaking game Ultima Online. Origin created the legendary Wing Commander. Okay, the Wing Commander. Okay, yeah, these are more companies that just got bought out by like doing this style, the RTS style of gaming. Midway. This one I was like, wait, Midway?
Dude, Midway. Oh my god, dude.
I was like, they got taken out? But then I remembered, okay, they're no longer Midway, they're now NetherRealm Studios. So they did a lot of stuff like Area 51. Have you ever played that game, Area 51?
Yeah. The old arcade shooter.
No. Well, I think that's one of them too. But I wonder if that's that Area 51 or if it's the other Area 51 that was on consoles. Well, there was an Area 51 game where
they did a spin-off of the original ones that you would go and play at the arcade. They made a home version one.
And this one was a first-person shooter that you moved around, and one of the main alien that is communicating with you, the voice actor was Marilyn Manson.
Oh no! You're thinking of I know which one you're talking about. The one with the Calypso, the alien, and you like fly around in the ship and destroy it. No,
that's I forget what that was called.
Calypso? I just think of Twisted Metal.
Metal. I remember Area 51, the arcade games, and all that. Mindgate, Conspiracy, Stranglehold, Psyops.
Oh yeah, that one was actually a really good game. I played that one. That one was interesting.
Oh, Visceral Games.
Visceral Games?
Yeah, that's Dead Space right there.
Yeah, Dead Space was good.
2017. So all these happened before the pandemic. It's almost like the video game industry knew the pandemic was coming, and they were like, "Let's just merge all together."
Well, a lot of big changes have happened since the pandemic, and like a lot of bad decisions that were made during the pandemic. And right now we're kind of feeling the results of it. That's where like kind of gaming is at as a whole.
Yeah, so that makes sense why Electronic Arts, EA is the one that like you could download Callisto Protocol and the Dead Space series on Game Pass. If you have Game Pass Ultimate, highly recommend it.
Oh yeah.
Dante's Inferno and all that.
Dude, I still wish they would have done I wish they would have done a sequel to Dante's Inferno. Who here hasn't played Dante's Inferno?
I have not.
Dude, that game was like the cutscenes I remember were like the cartoon. Weren't they the cartoon Dante's Inferno?
No.
That's what made it so good because it was literally it reminded you of like God of War.
No, literally it's a God of War clone, but the combat was just so good, and the fact that you could like really lean into what you wanted to do, whether it was holy or unholy. Unholy was more playing with your scythe, whereas holy was more using the crosses. So you had a lot of freedom within that game. But like the combinations you could do were just insane. It was very graphical. Like it one of like the creatures that you fight, it's like a boss arena, and it's like on an elevator, and she keeps like shooting out like these dead babies from like her nipple. It was fucking weird. It's fucking weird, bro.
It was literally about like Dante's, like if you read the story about Dante's Inferno.
Yeah, it's about Dante's Inferno.
Yeah.
But
it was like it brought it to the game, and you were just sitting there like.
All the
they showed everything on that one.
Oh yeah. No, that one, it's a rough game, but like
you guys are forgetting one key fact here.
What?
When did this game come out?
A couple years ago. But even then, I would recommend still playing it. Like if you were up for it for a retro game day or some shit like that, that one's good. That one's good.
So Dante's Inferno came out
before
2010.
2010? I was going to say before 2010-ish, but 2010, yeah.
So I would have been
16, 17?
14.
14?
Roughly.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you guys, But I had parents who were very strict on what I saw and did not. So yeah, that game was never even on my radar.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, I grew up in a house where, like, I remember I bought a Mudvayne album, a CD. Like, with my own money, I bought it, and my dad was like, how is that edifying? And I was like, I just like the way it sounds. Me, I'm a musician. Like, today, for our our church this morning, we needed guitars, and I have an electric, acoustics, things like that. So I brought both my guitars over there to so we could all play for the worship team. And me being a musician in drums, guitar, and bass, I like music as like, that's what I listen to. I don't really, I mean, a lot of music I really don't listen to lyrics, especially like metal. I don't really listen to like lyrics, but then I'll go back and read the lyrics and be like, oh, that's how much I just like the way it sounded. I mean, I like the way some music sounds, and that's where I got my whole like musical I call it my musical theory from, is a lot of like metal music, like Korn, Limp Bizkit, things like that. The first Limp Bizkit. Dude, and what I mean by the first Limp Bizkit, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, you talking about Significant Other?" No, $3 bill, y'all.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
And like Stained and all that. The early, for me, the early metal.
Dude, chocolate starfish and hot dog flavor water was peak, bro. You can't argue that. You can't argue that.
But okay, Silicon Knights. So they worked on that Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem. I never got a chance to play it, but I heard that game is kind of weird. Blood Omen, The Legacy of Kain. Those and Eternal Darkness. Yeah, those ones are kind of weird. The Kain ones. Twin Snakes and the remake of the original Metal Gear Solid. So they were in charge of those. Remember on GameCube, Metal Gear Solid, they remade it for the GameCube, and I remember when I bought it and played it, like certain like little scenes, cut scenes were changed, and they made Snake more like, there's a part where the soldier is supposed to hit Snake in the back of the head and knock him out, and when he gets hit, Snake is like, it takes a couple steps and then passes out, and they made him more rough and gruff on the GameCube versions than anything else.
That didn't sound very.
Well, after he gets hit, he turns around and looks at the guy and takes a couple steps like he's gonna mess him up, and then he just passes out. As where the other Metal Gear Solid, when he gets hit, he just gets knocked out.
Okay. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. So you can take a hit a little bit better, is what you're trying to get at. Yeah, no, Metal Gear Solids were really, really, really good games. What was I gonna say? Yeah, no, I from a very early age, I think I was like 10 years old when I saw American History X for the first time. And that's a pretty intense movie, if anybody here has seen that. And from that point on, they didn't I stopped being treated as a kid and was being more treated as becoming an adult. Like, that's like one thing that my mom always said is like, we don't raise children, we're raising adults. So that's how I always talk to my kids. I don't talk to them as if they're kids. I don't baby my kids. I talk to them as what they're going to become. So, Yuki, what up? I've been waiting to ask you this. What y'all think about Marathon, the extraction shooter from Bungie? That was actually a topic that was that we are going to be getting into that. We are going to be now. Who here saw the actual gameplay trailer? I did see it today.
Not me.
You did it? Like, seriously, or
no,
you
just bullshit? I was joking.
Okay. Yeah. You're the one who sent it. That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Dash, did you watch it?
I didn't get a chance to. Like I said,
watch it right now, real quick.
I know. So I'm literally pulling it up right now.
Perfect. See. All right. So we're gonna let him watch that, and then we will start talking about it here in a second. But yeah, no. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, with my parents, it was you say you talk to your kids as adults or whatever. It was gradual. Your age didn't matter. By the time you're 10, yeah. Hold on, I gotta get off this screen. Okay, sorry. Couldn't hear myself because I was still on a stream, so I was hearing the video.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's kind of how it went.
Dude,
Was that?
So do you know, Hammer? I'll give you an example. So like, do you know what happened the first time I called my mom a bitch?
I don't think I've ever called my mom a bitch. So
I have called my mom a bitch. I've called her a bitch maybe 2 or 3 times in my life, but the first time I ever called her a bitch, what do you think happened?
yeah, probably got hit.
So my mom is gangster. No, she didn't hit me. What she did scared the ever living fuck out of me. She looks at me dead serious and goes, "No, I'm not a bitch. I'm the bitch, and that's Miss Bitch to you." And I was like, "Oh my god."
As I said, my mom's definitely there would be no warning. There would be no sassy comment like that. It would just be straight hands.
My mom only ever had to. My mom whooped my ass one time. And I did something I really wasn't supposed to do, and she whooped me with the belt, and then I learned my lesson. So I never did anything egregious that again like that. But for the most part, my mom gave me a pretty big leash, and as long as I stuck to the rules, I was good, and I made sure to stick to the rules. I remember the first time I ever snuck out. It's when we were living for I'll tell Dash is when I was living up instead. The first time I snuck out, the next day,
I don't know about that.
my mom and my stepdad, they're like, "Listen, if you want to sneak out, don't sneak out. Just walk out the front door." My mom looks at me, she's dead ass face. She's like, "Listen, just walk out the front door and leave the door unlocked. 2 things. Don't come back with the cops and don't get a girl pregnant."
Yeah, there was no worry about that with my mom with me because I went to school, played my sports, worked out, went to work. That's all I
Right.
wanted to do.
I feel
I wasn't liked in my class. I didn't really have that many friends. No one wanted to do anything with me. So I just kept to myself, was all the kid who read books, and just kind of minded his own business.
well, if we were friends, I would have been hanging.
The complete gremlin I am now, but
Right.
you guys, years of being around you and Clint Spoon and them has really fixed me.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm actually super proud of that, and that's part of the other reason why, like, when your status had changed on Facebook and the wife was mad, is because like we'd been there for you, and we've seen you grow and develop and see where you are now, and we're just like super happy for you. So that's why we wish nothing but the best for you.
I could promise you guys are going to meet her eventually, or you never know. Judge by what she wants, pretty soon. She wants to travel and shit. But yeah, I think this one will work out just fine.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
She does
All
something that no other woman ever been with does. Communicate her feelings. There's no guessing game.
That's good.
There's no nothing.
Yeah, because most like, let's be honest, most women want you to read their fucking mind, and that's almost impossible.
Yeah. No. She lets you know how she's feeling, or what things bother her, or anything that she does not hold back, and that is so fucking hot to me. That's why I didn't even bother asking. I was like, no, I'm just doing. It's happening, guys.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, no worries. Dash, did you finish the video?
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. Oh yeah, Dash. Wait. Which one is that one? Which one is that one?
What?
Yeah. I'm holding up my Mio. I'm holding up my Mio. I saw you grab your Mio.
Oh.
Black cherry. I got a Kai Berry. I finished off the black cherry. The black cherry is good. They have these new ones. These ones are called Unwind. This is blueberry lemon, and it's got magnesium and B vitamins. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I got vitamin D for you.
Well, see, I
vitamin D.
When it comes to energy drinks now, like I can't have Ghost, I can't have Rockstar or Monster. So, Ice.
Oh yeah. Those ones. Yeah.
Ice and these.
Yep. I like the Mios because they don't have that synthetic B12 in it, because I won't touch that. That shit's just disgusting. Like a synthetic B12 made from fucking raw sludge. I'm good. All right. So you finished the video. Let me go grab Junior, and because I got to move him into his bed real quick, and then we'll jump in to talk about marathon. So give me like 2.5.
God, look at this guy trying to be a father. Gross. We're working here, sir. I don't know if you heard why I fell from the girlfriend I have now for so fast.
Well, I was listening to what you were saying, or no, that's actually good communication. Communication in all relationships is like the biggest thing. Uh, there was a there was a topic that came up about Raven going through my phone versus me going through her phone. Now that we have a child, like I'll go through her phone to like make a call, look up information up for our son, things like that. We are way past what I call the immature state of a relationship where you want to go through somebody's phone as a way of like, is this person cheating on me? Is this person talking to other people? Because like I have friends that are girls, and she knows all of my friends that are girls, or like knows of them, but like it's not that she doesn't want to make friends with a lot of them. It's just she's just kind of like whatever about the whole thing. There's no jealousy in our relationship or anything like that. Like I tell her everything that's happens in the conversations anyways. Like it's one of those things where it's like there's really no jealousy thing there when it comes to like who we talk to as like friends or not friends kind of thing. And if communication is not in a relationship, that's why they snoop through your phones and stuff. Why they snoop through things, because they feel like you're hiding something. Being completely transparent in a relationship for me is like a key to a happy marriage kind of thing.
Absolutely agree.
Well, like it's funny. Okay, me and her have this really close friend of ours. I'm not gonna say her name, but she's really really funny, and I love her to death. She calls herself my second wife, and I was teasing when we were like all three of us were talking, and then I was like, she would send my wife like pictures of like a new outfit that she got, and I was like, how come I don't get these pictures, huh? Bam, I get like 12 messages. I was like, oh my gosh. Like she sent me stuff, and then I was like, let me see. And she looked, she goes, oh yeah, she already sent those to me. And I was like,
that's hilarious.
Like it's just how me and her are. Like I won't cross any line or anything like that. Like we have this other good friend of ours, and she's older, and she was there when my son was born, and she loves my son. And she's like, she said something about how I moved out of state, and I was like, well, I'm sorry. And she goes, you took my baby. And I was like, well, if you want a kid, I could give you one. And she goes, I can't have kids anymore. I'm gonna tell your wife. And I was like, I'm telling her right now. And Raven's right next to me. We're all laughing about the whole thing.
That's hilarious.
But like it's just how our relationship, me and my wife's relationship, I love her to death. Like if something were to happen, like I already told her, if something ever happened to you and Gavin and my son Gavin at the same time, I may end up losing my mind and being like a Joker and like causing havoc downtown. Like
burn the world down.
Yeah, like
we'll crash out, huh?
All right. Yuki, are you still in the chat? Are you still here? Let me know. Holler back if you are.
Well, just while we're waiting for Yuki there, the last thing I can tell you, between like almost now 3 months, well, 2 months now, whatever, with knowing Ashley and going on dates and hanging out and all that stuff, I have told her, if we keep the pace that we're going up, by the end of next month, you and me will have spent more time together, or about the equal amount of time than my last relationship, and her name was Cheyenne, that I spent with her in the 3 years we were together, 2.5 years, 3 years we were together.
Damn. That's crazy.
That's how wild it is.
That's crazy. Yuki said yes, but he'll be off in a bit. So let's talk about it. So
let's slam through this, baby.
Fucking marathon. So I watched the trailer. It looks like a Destiny clone. Obviously, it is. It's made by Bungie. A lot of just so many similarities to Destiny that it's almost off-putting. Hang on, everybody. Hang on. Pause 2 seconds.
this guy over here. Jeez.
I'm watching the gameplay and first impressions.
Yeah, so as I was saying, it's almost off-putting with how similar it is. It does look good and it does look fun because it feels set in a science fiction world, but like the spaces seem open enough that you're like actually going to be moving around the map trying to like look for materials and collecting stuff. Like it does look good. It does look like it's at least worth a try. But
yeah, I was gonna say, agree with you with everything what you just said. To me, if you played that and then asked me, so what do you think of new Destiny's new DLC? I'm like, that looks pretty good.
Yeah, I would agree with that statement. I mean, it looks good. It looks fun. I definitely think it's worth a try. Love you, baby.
Love you too, sweetheart.
No, you messed
fucking-
up. We're not paying attention.
Gross,
Oh.
nasty fucks. This is a PG show, as I just cussed. Oh, I saw that, you whore. Anyways,
Okay,
the one
so
thing
I'm
for me
gonna
I
say this
like-
real quick. I'm gonna say this. Marathon just announced that you won't need a PSN account to play it. You won't need it.
Let's go.
That's like almost like a big to Helldivers 2.
Yeah. What I was gonna say about it is,
She said
Like,
she said hammer only for my husband.
that's good. That's,
So
fair.
she's at least positive about it.
That's respectable. Yeah, I never meant it maliciously.
I know.
With it being an extraction shooter, for me, what makes it a little bit more appealing, even though it's just Destiny, but named Marathon for some reason. Like when you guys talk about Division, I'm more attracted to this because it's an FPS instead of third person. I like first person way more than I like third person. So that to me makes it more attractive playing.
For me, I like it when you can do both. That's why Fallout 76 was always really appealing because my wife can't because of her motion she gets motion sickness. She can't do first person shooters. So something like Fallout where you can swap between either or, I like that because obviously I do prefer the first person aspect, but I don't mind third person. So that's why I like the mix and match.
Yeah,
That's why
if you give you the option, that's always a plus. But like if Division 2 right now is first person, I'd be loading up Div 2 right now.
I believe it.
Yeah.
But
It's always one of those things. I mean, like I remember playing the first Marathon, the very first when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Wait, there's another Marathon?
Marathon was like one of their flagships back in the day. This is a re-update to Marathon. Marathon came before Halo.
Oh, dude, I got some videos to watch.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You got some shit to learn.
Because I thought Halo was Bungie's first game.
Nope. It's just set in the timeline. So Destiny actually in their timeline takes place after Halo. So chronologically, the story they still sync up.
So wait, Halo is part of Destiny? Is that what I'm hearing?
There's references. So in the very first Halo, they made references to Master Chief. There's this little pod that you would walk up to, and if you scanned it, the ghost talks about how he tried to resurrect him, but the Guardian in there said he had seen enough fights to last him a lifetime. So it was a direct reference to Master Chief.
That's crazy. I never played the first Destiny. That's awesome. But anyways, sorry about that. Sorry.
No, you're fine. No, but like I said, it looks really good. It does look well done. I like the colors. I like the schemes of it. The different classes. It looks really interesting. The death animations look cool. I mean, it definitely looks fun. Here's the biggest thing. Okay, this is something that we've been talking about the past couple episodes. Is that the biggest thing that I would say is more off-putting than anything isn't even the fact that it's like a clone to Destiny, is that we're rehashing the same shit. Like, what's innovative about this? It's their spin on an extraction shooter. And they have classes in it. Okay, that's all shit that's been done before. What's new?
There's gonna be more microtransaction actions in it than Destiny.
Okay, guess what? Microtransactions have been done. Give me something new.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just calling it. It's gonna have more than what Destiny 2 even had.
Well, I believe it's gonna be free to play extraction shooter, if I remember correctly. Isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So like the first Marathon, I remember playing it, but like that was around the time of Doom, Wolfenstein, and all that. Like Doom and Wolfenstein came out, and I remember playing Marathon. Marathon was different because how Doom was like this, like you couldn't look up or down. And Wolfenstein was like that too. You just look left to right. Marathon brought in the complete 3D up and down, left right thing.
So yeah, so Marathon was a first person shooter.
Yeah, so here I got it on my on YouTube right now.
Nice.
Watch.
Published and released in December 1994 for the Apple Macintosh.
Yep.
Banger of a system right there.
Because like when I was in high school, all of our computers, like we did have some IBMs, that's what they call it, IBMs, but we also had a lot more Macintoshes. And Macintosh was like I took a piano class, but it was like a synthesizer piano class, and the computer that it hooked up to was an old school Macintosh. And we would record music. Me and my buddy would sit there and like recreate movie music. Like he did Terminator, I did Predator.
Yeah.
Like sitting there with the and then adding the just doing different things. We just completely went around, and then our teacher, because we didn't follow the curriculum, our teacher wasn't even angry. He was like, "You guys created like full orchestra music for the movies." It's like, yeah. How? Well, on the Macintosh we could space out the audio from left to right, so we did certain sound that went to the left only. And he's like, "How'd you figure all that out?" I was like, "Well, we were just kind of messing around, and he would figure out something, he would tell me, I figure out something, I would tell him. So me and him were just going back and forth and just making music." But everything was on Macintosh. And the computer Macintosh that we had, it wasn't color. It was like, I want to say it was like a green. Mind you, like a Game Boy.
Yeah.
So playing a game on there, like if I were to play this game on that, it would atrocious. Atrocious. But like our teachers had Macintosh computers, but like they had full Macintosh. And if you want to know honest God truth, these games predate graphics cards. Doom predates graphics cards. Wolfenstein. So they didn't have any of that.
Yeah.
And they were still able to run these games. Like this game, I believe, if you look it up, you could actually download it to your computer for free, because it's like, what do they call it? It's open realm now or something.
Open source code. They opened this. I was reading that in the thing. They opened the source code in 1999, and people created a different variation of it that was free to play. It's called Aleph-1, AELPH1, Aleph-1.
I was gonna say, this game's graphics, for not having a graphics card or anything, it looks phenomenal, to be honest with you.
It does.
I really want a game like this.
But and see, that's the thing, is like back in those days, dude, that like people are pushing the boundaries. Like Bungie doing an extraction shooter, it's literally like Call of Duty doing DMZ. Like, was DMZ fun? Yeah, it was fun to play, but it's still an extraction shooter based in Warzone, which is a battle royale. So it's still treated heavily like a battle royale with some extraction key points. It's not fully like Tarkov, because Tarkov is like one of the most like hardcore extraction shooters of all time. Whatever you go in with, if you lose that, you lose that. Granted, you could get it back if you have insurance and whatnot, but you could lose everything that you take in there. Somebody could take all your shit. And because I remember back when me and Dash was first playing The Division, the wife was talking about, like, because like I talked to her about the Dark Zone. She's like, what if you could lose like everything? You know what I'm saying? Like going into the Dark Zone. And that's when we picked up Tarkov, and we're like, you lose everything, they will take all your shit.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I feel like I got 2 points here. I'll go with the first one, I guess. I feel like we're in a moment right now of South Park made an episode about it. I think Simpsons did it. That's what we're at right now. Is so and so did it? Yep, that's already been done. So now it's just refining. That's what it feels like.
It does.
Yeah,
It really
I could see like the point behind like refining, but like just because we're refining something, like I get the idea of like, you know, if it's not broke, don't fix it. But there's no reason why we can't make it better. Like I agree, let's make it better, but like also we still need to try and push the envelope, like do something different. Like what I didn't like, I saw the gameplay, it looks good, but I still don't know what they're doing that makes it stand out from other extraction shooters.
fair.
Well, and if you think about it, Marathon, the first one, it wasn't multiplayer. It wasn't online play or anything. It was
Multiplayer didn't exist back then, except for like split screen co-op. Or no.
So
when did GoldenEye come out?
96.
Oh, yeah.
I bet.
So yeah, so it predated like GoldenEye because that came out in 94.
Mario Kart. But my other thing is I used to watch a lot of. I don't know if they even run those servers again. But something which Pokemon would kind of rip off and steal. To be honest with you, but they did. I can't remember. Rocket Wars is what they called it in Minecraft, and you choose a team. They have certain Pokemon sorted with that team, and they had an assortment of moves, and then it was like a battle royale that everyone had to compete against each other. Blah 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 blah. I wish Pokemon would do something like that, like battle royale Pokemon. That'd be cool. Just here's 6 Pokemon to build your team. Oh, here I want this one on my team. All right, next random of 6. What do you want on the next member on your team? And go on and so forth with random move generated sets each time. I wish Game Freak would do that.
Yeah,
I think it would be super. Oh man, guys, I might be addicted. Not gonna lie, I'd be.
Yeah, I can see it.
I'd be a goblin.
But one thing that is coming in about 11 days. I think I'm gonna push for it. I'm gonna be talking about it with the wife, especially with everything coming up. What day does that game drop? Dash, have you been talking to your significant other about it as well?
Which one? The Expedition?
Yeah.
Oh, I could download it for free on Game Pass.
No. I know you can download it for free because you have Game Pass. I know Hammer could download it for free because he has Game Pass. That's not the question. The question is about that day because it is a Thursday.
I don't know. So last month, Raven got into a minor car accident.
Okay.
And we've been waiting for that settlement check for about 2 till maybe 3 weeks now. And the guy that's supposed to work on the car, the company, he's like, bring the car, I'll deal with insurance. Because he will force the money out of them for at least the car to get fixed. So I think next week, the car is going to go over there. And in the evening, Raven is now doing that paparazzi jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
She actually has her own store.
Okay.
That people can buy custom jewelry off of her. So she's going to start doing live stuff. And I'm going to set up the area that I'm in right now, my area. I'm going to set it up for her for that. She can start doing live stuff because, we are negative $500 and everything is going to start trying to come out next week. So we're kind of like,
okay, well then,
yeah.
well, then it's more of a reason to do it, especially with it being a brand new game. Granted, it's going to be a little bit saturated, but people are going to be trying to figure out who they're drawn to. So it'd be perfect if we hit it on release day. You know what I'm saying? Like on release day, like doing content, streaming it. That'll be kind of sick. So if you can talk to her about it, let me know, and then we could start working on doing some like shorts or something and uploading something so we can plan to do content that day. We can figure out what time we want to start. That way we can try to draw more people in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If anything, what would probably work best for me, I'll just go ahead and state it out there, would be like Granted, I would want to start as early as possible, but honest to God, would be the best. Would be like we do a little bit of the content, promote it, and I say we start at like 2 p.m. in the afternoon, go for like 4 or 5 hours. So that put us at like 6, 7-ish, and then call it from there. You know what I'm saying?
They also got Hunt Showdown coming on the 15th.
I played Hunt. Let's see. Hunt was the okay.
Yeah, I'll talk to her, see what she says.
Okay,
but yeah. To add on to what Hammer was saying about video games nowadays, it's like it's almost like a lot of companies are running out of ideas, and they're like, they did this. How can we add another mechanic to make it more fluid or something? And I don't know, maybe when Marathon drops or later on, right before it drops, maybe they'll reveal something that's like, oh, dang, that's what you were doing. Okay, that's different. But at this point, it's almost like it's another extraction shooter set in Destiny World, I call it.
Yeah.
Or you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of virtual reality. The way it looks like if you went into virtual reality, that's pretty much
do you remember Metal Gear Solid VR?
No.
Do you know what I'm talking about? The VR missions?
I
Look
think
it up.
so.
Look it up real quick. So you like played Metal Gear Solid, but it was set in like a simulation. So you were like, dude, I remember that. Oh my god, I can't believe. Oh, I gotta see this Metal Gear VR. Yeah, Metal Gear Solid VR missions, dude. Yeah, you like got to play. It was on the PlayStation. Yep, I remember that. Yeah, dude, it was like you got to play Metal Gear Solid, and like it was just like a continuation, but like yeah, that one was pretty good. That was pretty dope. That was pretty dope.
See, I'm gonna say it like this though, but then like Metal Gear Solid, when it came out for PlayStation, that broke gaming because like there was no loading screens. It was straight from the beginning all the way through. There was no loading.
Well, the cutscenes, the cutscenes were the loading screens.
Yeah,
because you go through a cutscene and then be into the next part of it.
Yeah,
yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like they masked that so well that like you got caught up in the cutscenes. You're sitting there watching.
Mm-hmm. Well, the storyline was so good, and the characters were fucking awe-inspiring, dude. Like Vamp from Metal Gear Solid 2. Like when you get introduced to Vamp, you're like, dude, this dude's a. And like Fortune. Like, dude, the characters are very iconic. It's been like even in Metal Gear Solid 3, like the sniper dude and whatnot, like a big boss, like dude, they talk about some characters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think it would be hard to come up with a story. I mean, it like tweak a story and like. So like you remember the comedian who made the comparison between Star Wars and Harry Potter?
Yeah.
Literally if you take all like the basic information, a child who's orphaned brought by an old guy who would eventually take, and like he's the one who brings him to his aunt and uncle, then takes him back, like bar for bar, pretty much the same fucking story. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, it's a different story because like they're set in different realities with different nomenclatures and stuff like that, but at the basis of the story is great, and like the aspect of it's just perfect. So like what, like you could rehash that but do it as a different story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be hard. What do you think about that, Hammer?
About what?
You weren't listening to what I was saying?
Well, I heard Star Wars and I was like, and the Harry Potter comparison, and I was like, my brain just turned off. It's like, I've heard this before.
Wow, thank you.
Well, I mean, when it comes to like games and stories, I mean, once you find it from it, like, okay, like Bungie, Destiny, I mean, that's ever evolving, especially now after, like, the Witness is gone. Everybody's struggling for power kind of thing. So it's almost like Game of Thrones style event that's happening. But like when you think of like Fallout is unpredictable. I mean, the base story of Fallout is post-apocalyptic. That's the base.
The world ended, and now you're just trying to survive.
Yeah, but it's completely chaotic of where it could go. Like, it could go this route. The NCR could go this route.
The Legion.
Kaiser's Legion.
Yeah,
could go this route. Like, there's it's so vast in their method of madness. I call it. Like when they came out with Fallout 76, it was like it's another Fallout series, but like it's different. And what makes it different is that it's online, it's multiplayer. That was the biggest thing. But on top of that, it's like it's supposed to take place before everything of the other Fallout games. And
I guess the great way to put that would be is that Fallout and Destiny have a great base to build off of. Now the question is what do you build off of it? So like the key to anything good is a strong foundation, especially a house. You need a good foundation.
I mean, it was like what was it Todd Howard told the production for the Fallout series. He took out stuff from the show saying, "Don't put this because we're going to put this in future games." It's like you could write pretty much whatever you want, just as long as it connects or as long as it doesn't change the world as an entirety. I mean, if anybody has not seen the Fallout series, I do apologize, but they did introduce fusion power.
Cold fusion.
Yeah, cold fusion instead of, atom that they've been using nuclear power. They introduced
cold fusion is something that we're actually working on in real. They're working on in real life and still haven't been able to do it. So,
but that's what I mean. Things like that. Marathon. This is going to be way different than the first one. You could already kind of.
Well, yeah, the story of Marathon, like as I was reading the description of it, it's about you fighting off an alien attack, and this is an extraction shooter where you're just battling other people. They made it seem like there was some more like underlying like meaning to like there's a reason why you're doing this, but they didn't like divulge it. So hopefully we'll get some more stuff on it. There might have been a developer interview, but I might have to check that out. But yeah. I think this is kind of something that we're just going to be kind of preaching for a while here. Is that gaming's just in a weird state right now, and a lot of stuff is just being rehashed, and we need more freshness added to the mix, not just rehashing the new stuff. Or I mean, yeah, rehashing the same stuff. That's what I meant to say.
Well, like I mean, if you even look at like BioShock, how they're talking about a new game. I kind of felt the whole BioShock series ended on a really good note.
Mm-hmm.
It went in full circle back to Rapture with the DLCs for BioShock Infinite.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of people didn't like how they looped it, and they felt that it was sloppy. But like, that was the point of BioShock. BioShock was kind of sloppy in the sense of where the story was heading. Like Rapture, you could get powers from a sea slug that they found at the bottom of the ocean. They decided to build a city in the bottom of the ocean. Why? Who knows? And everything went to hell and back. Infinite was supposed to be like its own separate thing within the BioShock universe, and then the DLCs tied it into BioShock 1 and 2. And
okay.
that's what makes it so. That's what made it kind of different. Everyone thought, oh, they're just adding something different about a city in the sky. And the DLCs kind of cleared it up that you went back to Rapture. And yeah, I felt like BioShock ended on a good note. And when I say that is if they are deciding to make another BioShock game, how are they going to change it? But then again, BioShock is kind of like Fallout in that sense of they could pretty much write another story and in their own little worlds either under the sea or in the sky. It's like apocalyptic style events happen, and they could just add other stories to those.
Well, another game that's got a really good base and they can just throw whatever they want to the fucking story is Borderlands. Borderlands has a great base, dude. Like it's just good. Well, it's not good wholesome fun. It's just hilarious in our type of dark humor and sexual innuendos.
To me, BioShock is like South Park.
Nah, I never really played BioShock.
What?
I never really played BioShock. You
No.
looked so offended.
Who?
You, when I said I
No,
never really played BioShock, you're like, huh? What?
No, I'm
No.
saying I'm saying that game reminds me of South Park.
Okay.
What I say by South Park is that every episode is a new pushing the envelope episode, and that's what Borderlands reminds me of. It's like constantly pushing the envelope on every game.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah. So Shadow will definitely be here for next weekend's episode. He couldn't make it today. He's just got a bunch of work stuff going on because he's got his own business that he owns, and he's been setting up for events and whatnot. So look forward to seeing him next weekend. What are you watching right now, Dash? Oh, I went to Bungie to play Marathon gameplay and impressions. Oh yeah, I heard Dr. Lupo. Yeah, he would get to play it.
Yeah, whoever that guy is.
Dr. Lupo's a goat.
Yeah, who the fuck is this guy? God, he's playing Destiny? That's crazy, bro.
I know, right? He actually has a video where he's doing one of the Destiny raids. I believe it's what raid is that? The ice one, the snow one.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
He's doing that raid, and behind him is a full orchestra playing the music from the raid live.
Oh, what? That's crazy. So the loot system looks interesting. It looks good. Like the game looks good, and it just like the HUD and everything. The HUD, the characters. Yeah, look, there's your Titan, bro.
Let's go.
This straight up looks like if Minecraft made extraction shooter. The way the box looks.
No, dude, this looks like Destiny, the extraction shooter.
Roblox, baby.
The map looks decently sized. Like the healing mechanics and some of that, it looks very. It almost looks like a mix of Apex too.
Yeah, I was gonna say that right now
with the healing mechanics and shit.
See, like that looks like Roblox right there, dude.
I like the way like when somebody dies, they like digitalize and they turn into blocks and just shatter on the ground. It looks pretty cool.
I like how they openly put QR codes everywhere.
Yeah, it looks so like seeing that makes me more interested because I really like the art style of it. The art style is very unique, very digital, almost got like a VR shooter type of like thing going on. It looks pretty good. Oh, Astacross got to interview the gameplay director.
He just said he gets Delta Force and Apex vibes from the game.
Yeah.
Delta Force is actually a really good game. I still haven't played their Black Ops mission yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, look at that, like that right there. Look at that. That's like Roblox, bro.
That looks like Minecraft.
But that's Minecraft right there, dude. Like all the way.
It'll be interesting to see how.
Watch it still take a graphics card of like 4060 to play it.
Probably right.
On mouse and keyboard, this probably makes sense, but then the storage there looks a nightmare.
On controller, yeah, it'd be really interesting. I don't know, it might play pretty smoothly with the way the Xboxes are now, dude. Like they run pretty smoothly. Yeah, it looks interesting. We'll definitely have to.
Different. I mean, it looks different. I mean, this is their Hail Mary right now.
Well, yeah, because they fucked up.
This is their Hail Mary to. This was like their ace in the hole, you know, when they first announced it.
Like it's literally a Titan. He's holding a shield as he runs forward and then dashes through the air. Like that's literally what people have been asking to come back for the Titan for so long. It was a chess piece. It was an exotic chess piece called the Twilight Garrison, because you could fly up in the air, double tap B to like either shift left or shift right.
Yeah.
And that's all it did.
That's all it did. But the reason why people wanted it back was because it was it was annoying to fight against in PvP, but in PvP, if you were running it, like, you could juke snipers out, and like, so you jump in the air, and when a sniper would scope you, you could just hit it and shift to the side, and like 9 times out of 10, that you would dodge the shot, dude. No problem, easy.
Look how that enemy looks, though. Look how that enemy looks right there.
Mm-hmm. Very blocky. Yeah.
that looks like Minecraft, bro.
Yeah.
How much do you think? I wonder how much of this is made by AI.
That's good. That's a good question. That's a good question
right there.
But no, but I see what you're saying, but also in a negative connotation, like not having like full character scale models means that it's like they've been taking so long to develop it, but it still looks like, you know, just blocks.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, like when you look at like games like Star Citizen that have been around for a very long time, and they like Star Citizen, they're trying to improve the servers. That's their biggest thing because of how many player bases are in Star Citizen. But like, I think the gameplay kind of changed throughout, but it's like it's out already. It's in beta. And games like this, where they openly accept the descaling, I call it, the descaling of like character.
mm-hmm. Yeah, well, as like nobody wants, like, you can have the greatest graphics in the world, but the gameplay's like shit. It doesn't fucking matter how good the game looks. Like, Destiny's run into that problem. Call of Duty's run into that problem. Like, oh, great, the Call of Duty, it looks so fucking good, but, like, you can't hit a fucking single fucking thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, so people are willing to take a hit to, like, the graphics and deal with, like, a much more clunkier, not as clean-looking game as long as it runs smoother. So it's, like, quality versus performance, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And people
I get that too.
And I think people will like always want the balance, but I think everybody's always going to prefer performance over visually. Like, yeah.
All right, what time is it? 8 o'clock.
Yeah,
I gotta start making dinner here shortly.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
no, it's about wrap up time anyways, because I know the wife's gonna want to be coming to lay down, and then I gotta start wrapping up so that way I can get to bed. I gotta get Bubs to school. Talk to CJ, see about Expedition 33 comes out on the 24th. I think that'd be fun to do and like have like a side by side comparison. And we could probably use the Video Ninja like we're doing right now, so I can have your gameplay up on the screen with me as well, so like off in a corner or something like that. We could like mess around and play around with that to see how we can get that to look. Maybe we could do like a small Call of Duty stream like that to see how we feel about it.
All right.
So, Hammer.
Yes.
Any final notes from you? Anything you want to say?
No, not at all.
Not even fuck Diablo?
I mean, I can only kick a dead horse so many times.
Kick it one more time for good luck.
Man, fuck Diablo.
All right. So we appreciate everybody who came by, tuned into the stream. Those are kind of our thoughts for this Sunday. We'll be back again next Sunday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Sometimes we run a little bit late, and hopefully Shadow will be there. I'll definitely try to work on compiling notes, getting up the final 2 episodes for the Radical Red, and yeah, we'll be just talking about more stuff and planning stuff out and seeing what we can make happen. And hopefully we can get Hammer kind of out of his slump and get him ready into doing some stuff, because ever since the Radical Red, he's kind of been down.
You'll see.
You'll see.
You'll see.
You'll see why. You'll see why. So we appreciate all you guys. You guys have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you guys on the next podcast. Bye.
Bye.